One thing I hear often from parents of 9th and 10th graders is my kids just stare at that blank document for hours. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but my kid stares and then they write nothing. And so I often call this the blank stare of anxiety, or sometimes even the blank page of doom. I mean, it feels really kind of hopeless and disheartening watching your kid feel overwhelmed and stare. And sometimes it can even create frustration and some conflict, right? In my classroom, in my space, in my tutoring, I fix this using the rule I call creator versus editor. I tell my students that these are two totally different parts of the brain when we are editing versus creating. When we're in the drafting of our ideas, the editor, that part, that critical part, that's locked out of the room. We don't care about spelling, commas, perfect sentences. We don't worry about our handwriting. We go fast. We do brain dumps. We get ideas out in front of our eyes where we can see them. Does that make sense? Of course, it's hard, but there's no room for perfectionism. Trying to create a brilliant idea and do perfect punctuation at the same time is like driving your car with a parking brake on. It just doesn't work. But by giving our students a clear way to start, we take that pressure and frustration out of the writing process, which is where the frustration and sometimes the parent-teen conflict, or even sometimes teacher-student conflict starts to ease up. Once you understand this, those homework fights actually can stop. And it just feels so much more aligned, so much easier.